Hello truckers, it is a beautiful day for trucking in the USA. Today I'm up in Henderson, Colorado. I just loaded up this Genie Z-Lift boom lift, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about how I have to tie this thing down so you can get an understanding on that, because these things aren't exactly the easiest thing to get on a trailer. This is what we got, is a Genie Z135. Now, and this is how this thing secures down. This is one of the handy dandy little tricks I have, is I've got these larger hooks here just on a short piece of chain. Now I can take it right down to the trailer there just using a short binder. It's nice. I want to build a bunch more of those. I just haven't had time to do it here. And you know, because then I still have to use these here. I got those just to use as an extension, but they've been really handy for that as well. Got her cross chained in the back. So she's down on here pretty good. This thing's actually riding really good. I came over the top of Vail. The truck did real good. Running a little warm. I think we're gonna have to put a radiator in it this summer. But you can see I got the boom up here, got it all strapped down. I got pieces of rubber underneath there to protect the trailer. So just making sure she's all down there tight. And that's pretty much it. Not a complicated load. So from what you can see there, we got her all tied down. We're on the road now, picking up and moving. I delivered up here first thing this morning. There's a little bit of a jump in the videos because as you guys can tell, you know, I've got the big surprise I've been working on. I was actually supposed to be doing that this week, but the shop that's doing some of the work for me couldn't touch me until next week. So I'm on my way back home now. I just came out and did a real quick run because we've honestly, all we've been doing is sitting up there you know, messing around with this. I haven't done a whole lot. I've only done one other load in between now and what you guys saw last, so I'm lagging just a little bit on this, so we've got to get a little bit of catching up to do here. So gonna get on across. It's about 550 miles from where I'm at now, at least what the GPS says. That's gonna change some because whoa, slow down in traffic. People in Denver drive like idiots. They just drive like absolute idiots. So, anyways, though, about 550 miles. That's going to change because it's got me rounded up across I-80 right now, but I'm instead going to take I-70 to US 6, and I'm going to be doing a really cool time lapse for you guys. So you get to see that here as soon as we get rolling. I'm going to get over, head over to the TA here, get weighed, and make sure my weights are okay. Then we're going to burn that time lapse on across and show you guys what the mountains on I-70 looks like. I-70 is an interesting road. It's really nice here in town today. It's about 65, 70 degrees down in Denver right now. But you never know what it's going to be doing up in the mountains. You just have no idea. So it could be snowing up there for all we know. I checked the weather cams this morning in Montana, and it was just snowing to beat all heck up there. So, which when I left up there yesterday, because yeah, I was just at home yesterday. When I left on that one, which there is no video for that load, I didn't film anything on it, but when I left on that one, the weather was still nice. It was like 50 degrees out in the morning when I left town, and yeah, the wind was blowing pretty good. I fought the wind all day yesterday, which was no fun. That wind just beat me up pretty bad. But then once I got out of Wyoming down here to Colorado, it was all right. But I used almost a full tank of fuel yesterday. I used a solid 3/4 just from Billings to up by what was the name of the town up there? I can't remember the name of the town. It's only about 30 miles south of the Colorado border there. So Colorado-Wyoming border.
form a corporation. So it really is a business, in a sense. And I just want to tell you that the same thing applies to having a girlfriend or a wife. You know, when you live in an era doing best for them, not the community, not you. Look how many people get married from death to his part, they end up divorced. Look how many people have kids and then have their kids taken away from them. Being loyal doesn't pay off in the 21st century. It doesn't. Wives, husbands, boyfriend.
So hey guys, I got this little clip I'm putting up in the top corner of the screen here too. I wanted you to see this and pay attention to it. I'm shooting this after the fact. I'm in a motel room right now up in Great Falls, and wanted to show you guys this though, because I could have been right in the middle of this accident. I had a choice to either go up to I-80, which is actually the way that the GPS wanted me to go out of Denver. It was going to have me go up to I-80 and then head west from there. But I chose to go I-70 instead because the weather was looking better, and I checked the weather first, and that's why this episode is titled Always Check the Weather. But you can see in this little video played in the thumbnail here, you know, it was pretty bad up there, and I'd been right in the middle of that. I mean, right in the middle of that. That's how it was timed. I woke up the next morning, figured out about when and where that was from talking to one of my buddies that actually did get caught behind that. And I was looking at possibly meeting up with him, and I know that I was running about an hour and a half earlier than he was, so I would have probably been right smack dab in the middle of that accident. So, kind of a sobering thought. But you guys can see here how much of a hard time I had just getting a hold of anybody on the CB for this little accident. So, if you guys don't have a CB, please go get one in your truck. Do what you've got to do to get it in there and monitor that thing. Don't yak it up on 19, just keep it open, run down the road, and when stuff starts to happen, this is how you know, and this is how you keep yourself from getting in trouble like that. I mean, I don't know how many of these trucks I tried to contact, no comeback whatsoever, and a couple of them even had CBs in the truck. So, you know, it's kind of a sucky deal, and that's why this thing is here. That's why it's a tool. It's important. So check this out. It's going to be about 12 minutes long or so. Some of you more experienced guys might want to skip over it, you know, because I did run it full time. But, you know, it is what it is, so I want you guys to pay attention and check it out.
about you? Eastbound. Everybody asleep at the wheel today, apparently. Eastbound, 137 in the middle. You got a big accident there. Fire trucks, ambulances all over the place. You're going to be slowing down when you get there. Right-hand lane. 10 miles to get a comeback. That means all the trucks I've passed in the last 10 miles, not a one of them knows what's going on, except for that guy. I generally do this till about 15 miles out. Eastbound. Nothing. This idiot's trying to be a fixture in my hood. Boy, people. People. Some people just don't understand that they can't ride in the lane with me. Got a pretty little canyon in here. Eastbound.
Go ahead, driver.
Hey, 137 in the middle. You got a big accident. You want to be in the right lane.
Thanks a lot. You look good all the way back to Van Junction.
Thank you much. Be safe. Eastbound, how about you? Yeah, you got no CB in that truck. Eastbound. Eastbound. Radio in that one either.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, 137 in the middle. You got a big accident right there. You're going to want to be in the right-hand lane.
Can we say 137?
Yes, sir. 137.
I appreciate that. I ain't seen nothing back behind me there.
Thank you much. Be safe.
Yeah, you too.
Now down to about the 10-mile mark. That's the 128 I just went by. It's crazy in here. The other level of the interstate is directly below us. Eastbound, how about you? Eastbound, how about you? Radio on that meter bill. Ooh, that is bright. It's just a beautiful drive out here. It just really makes you wonder what it took to build all these tunnels and do everything they had to do to make all this. I mean, I've always kind of been in awe of it coming across this drive. I don't do it very often. I've only done this drive a few times in the last 10 years. It's just not really the area I normally operate, but every time I come through, it just really, I think about the effort and the money and the manpower that it took to carve this road along the side of the mountains, build these tunnels through, and that's no small feat. And considering that these tunnels are actually really old, I mean, the Eisenhower tunnel up there since 1973 on it, you know, that's a few days ago. That's been some time back. So, you know, we're doing it even bigger and better today. I mean, back in the day, I just think about the equipment they had then, and it really makes me think about what it would have taken to actually do something like this. It was just much more of an undertaking. So, glad I didn't have to haul back then, because, you know, I like my air ride seats and my air assist brakes, which they've had for a long time, and, you know, I like my power steering, and I like my air ride suspension. I like all those things. Well, some of those old trucks look pretty cool. Eastbound, how about you? Dexter, come here. Dexter, come on. What are you doing? Come say hi to everybody. Oh, I got shit to sniff. What you doing? What you doing? He's one happy animal. Man, look at this scenery out here. This is just, that is outstanding. Well, good morning. So now day 2 of this one. And we're just leaving the Loves here, Grand Junction, Colorado. And it is snowing, as you guys can see from the dash cam footage. So I'll bet you can be seeing lots of windshield wipers in there today. So I'm gonna run on up over the top. I am 280 miles from delivery right now, so not bad at all. Gonna be about 4 hours. Was hoping to get moving a little bit sooner, but the thing is, wound up with a flat tire in the trailer this morning, and I couldn't find out where that tire was leaking from, so that's making me just a little bit nervous. So we're just gonna have to see what happens there, because you know, I don't know if I've got a nail in it or what, or maybe I hit a curb or something and it you know, broke the bead on the curb. I don't know. I don't see any marks on the tire like that. So, you know, sometimes you know, it gets cold like this, for whatever reason the tire will just leak off. That's the crazy thing about it. So, you know, caught that this morning. It's kind of a pain in the butt, because, of course, you know, I go to air up the tire, and what's the first thing that happens? I grab the air hose at the fuel island there, and it's broken. So I got to drag the one from the next island over, and it barely reaches, which in the end was kind of nice, because I was able to just hang the hose on there, and the tension of the hose was enough to keep the thing on there, so I didn't have to stand there and hold it, you know, because I hate kneeling over like that. I have real bad knees, so I guess that was an upside, but just made everything a little interesting getting her all done. Well, I'm about 26 miles from Utah right now, 280 from delivery, and today's going to be interesting. We're getting some wet, heavy snow right now, and I don't know how this is all going to work out. You know, we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping we don't have to chain today. I'm not feeling very good. I was up most of the night last night coughing.
Turn right on I-70 West.
A little cold the last week here, and that's been kind of manifesting itself. And you know, so like I said last night, I spent most of the night coughing and hacking, because it is breaking up for the most part. But you know, it's still kind of dragging on, and making my life just a little miserable right now. I mean, not too bad, but you know, it did keep me up last night. I just couldn't sleep because of it. Other than that, I feel okay, but it's one of those things. So let's see if anybody's going to run into my ass on the interstate here. Nope, I can get out here. Got all this construction going on here. Looks like they're rebuilding the sidewall of the bridge or doing something like that. I wonder if, well, I guess no, there's no road. Well, there's a road underneath it on that side. I don't know what they're doing there. But anyways, we'll catch up with you guys from Utah. I'm unloaded. It is actually Saturday. I unloaded Thursday, but I'm on I-15 headed north. Gonna head on up here. I'm going home for the weekend here, and then gonna be up by Great Falls on Monday to start working on the big surprise I've been working on for a while. And I'll have a couple of little teasers I post through the week on that. It'll probably be at least 2 weeks before you guys see a video there. I was in town for almost a week last week doing stuff that, you know, to get this ready to go, getting everything ordered, making all the things happen. And as of so far, nobody's guessed what the big deal is yet. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if anybody can figure out what I'm up to. I know I've posted just a few little hints along the way there. But we'll be up there doing that here probably the next week and a half, maybe almost 2 weeks. It's gonna be quite the little adventure. So, but it's what I got to do to make it happen. So I'm pretty excited about it. Gonna be able to start with that whole thing here pretty quick, and just have to wait and see what all I'm doing here. But this will be it for this video. I'm going to check in with you guys in the next one. We'll see what updates I post here in the next couple of weeks. I got a lot of exciting things coming. Been working on a lot of things. Started a conversation this morning with someone about doing some awesome drone footage. I've got a thing coming together on that. Possibly going to be doing a little aerial footage of this thing going down the highway. So that'll be really cool if that can come to fruition. That's going to be a little bit later in the summer, though. Also, like on my personal side of things, while I was in town last week, while I was home, I went around and you know, shook hands and talked to some people, and I've been making some contacts in the movie making industry. And as many of you guys know that follow the channel, you know I do this because I love making movies. I love doing video. This is something I'm very passionate about, and that's the whole reason I started this, is so I could not only afford to do video, but it would give me a lot of practice in doing that video. So I get to go out now and do what I'm doing and take all this video, and it's great. And it's, you know, opened a lot of doors for me. And one of those doors that's open now is I have a couple of documentaries that I'm going to be filming coming up this summer. One of them's on a good friend of mine. Actually, the guy that started me into photography, his name's Bob Osborne. And Bob is a really cool dude. I love his work. He produces some amazing images. And I'm going to be doing a video about him, because it's kind of neat though, because it'll come full circle, because I started my photography career, my video making career, really at his studio. You know, I decided that I wanted to get good at photography. I wanted to get where I could take really amazing pictures. And in going through his studio, you know, and talking to him, he gave me a whole lot of advice. He gave me really honest, thoughtful critiques of my work, and that brought me to where I can produce a lot of the images that I do today. So now, kind of brings me to where I'm at now, is I'm going to be going back, because he does he's got an amazing body of work. I mean, he just does beautiful, beautiful images. And even though I'm not normally a black and white photography fan, I mean, it's just not my thing. I love color. I'm not a big monochrome fan. Bob does some beautiful, beautiful pictures of cowboys in the Old West, or actually, well, in Montana, in central Montana is kind of where he takes pictures of cowboys, and these are all real, authentic cowboys. This is not, you know, people that get dressed up to do this. These are people that this is what they do for a living, is they go out and cowboy. And so it's really neat to see that, because some of these guys are, you know, 3rd and 4th generation, you know, Montana cowboys. You know, they've been doing this out on the ranches out here forever and ever and ever. So it's a really cool thing to see a lot of his work there. So I'm really excited about that project. I'm going to wind up filming that this summer here. And then I have a couple other little projects that are on the table that I'm going to do. I'm not really going to go into detail on those right now. I'm just going to say that I am trying to get a TV series, not trucking related. This is just a kind of for me to get my foot in the door of doing television. I'm working on getting a TV series together. In order to do that, I'm going to have to buy a new video camera. I mean, my 5D is a good camera, but at the end of the day, the 5D is a stills camera. And as much as I love it, I love taking pictures of it. It's, you know, one of the most phenomenal pieces. Well, actually, it is the most phenomenal piece of photography equipment I have ever owned. I love shooting with that camera, and it will still get used on things. But when it comes to doing what I'm going to be doing. I just want a little bit better camera for it, because I've got some guys to do the audio for me. So that really took a lot of things off my plate, because I can just hire them to do it, and they come out, knock it out one step, good to go. So I'm going to concentrate more now on doing my video stuff, and I'm really trying to decide right now, because getting into a bigger camera is a major investment. I mean, it is huge. And so I'm either looking at going to a Sony FS7, which is a phenomenal camera, and it's got the 4K built in. You know, it's got a great frame rate on it. It's, you know, with the Zacuto rig on that thing, you've got an awesome Cinema Verite camera. I'll be able to find a lot of uses for that. I'm also fixing to buy some Kessler crane gear, so I can do some motion control and things like that, and really produce some beautiful images. So that's something that I've really had to consider quite a bit. And the other option is I could go with a red Scarlet Dragon, and that is also a really awesome camera. The advantage of going to a Scarlet Dragon is I do have direct lens changeover. I can pull the lens off the front of that Dragon, I can put it right onto one of my Canon cameras, and so if I'm using a camera, one of my Canons, to shoot B-roll or shoot an opposite angle, I can just step right over to that. So, you know, but then again, there is some give and take, because the cameras don't do 4K. But if I'm in a project that's in 1080p, well then it's not as big of a deal. So we'll just have to see what happens here. I am looking forward to that. You know, whichever I wind up doing, I don't know yet, because I mean, each camera has its own perks. You know, the Dragon can shoot at 5K, which is a huge advantage. I mean, I'd love to do some 5K video, but you know, really, I haven't even got into doing 4K yet. So going straight to a 5K camera might be a little bit overkill. You know, we're just going to have to see on that, because it really comes down to, you know, what's the budget going to be? How much can I afford? Because above and beyond the camera, you know, you're talking some big price tags. Because to go to the Scarlet Dragon, you're talking actually almost 3 times the investment for the Sony, and at that point, we're still not even including lenses in it, you know, because the Sony goes for about $8,000. By the time I get the red and get a couple of memory cards for it, because they use their red uses a proprietary SD card. By the time I get all that, we're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $21,000 for the red, $8,000 for the Sony. So you're talking a pretty sizable difference in money there. And I mean, it's going to probably take me most of the summer to get the money for these cameras raised anyways, you know, and I'm probably at this point leaning towards the Sony, but we'll have to see. It's just kind of up in the air right now. But it's, either way, we're going to be getting into some things and really doing some things here that I'm really excited about as that starts to happen. And as I start to do things and dabble in that TV series, I've got another channel that I've started that's just sitting there right now, that I'll be doing a lot of that stuff on, and I'll link you guys over to it when we really get cracking there. I've just been doing some testing and tuning and playing around, and I still need to get some more equipment set up. I need to get a little bit better set up with my editing suite going, so I can do everything I need to do there. So there's still a lot that I have to do yet. So in order to make all that happen, there's still a lot happening, but this is kind of the game plan. I wanted to let you guys in on that, because this is kind of where we're going with the channel. And I'm really excited about it, the things that are coming together here, because this is always what I wanted to do. I'm extremely passionate about this, and you know, when I was a lot younger, this just didn't look like something that was going to be a reality. It just didn't look like something that I could do. But now, you know, instead of having to spend $70,000 just to buy a camera, you know, I can spend, you know, like I said, $8,000. So check it, actually, I mean, in all actuality, I could use my 5D, or I could go buy a Canon C100. I could shoot everything in 1080p, and that could very well happen. That could very well happen. That might be the plan. But I would really like to deliver whatever it is I'm delivering in this TV series in 4K, just because not a lot of people are doing that right yet. And if I can deliver that in 4K, you know, with some of the things that I have available to me, some of the scenery I have available to me living in Montana with this type of series, we'll just have to see. So with that, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to get on down the road, get headed home. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you on the next one.